halfway through my outro and I wasn't filming.
But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can, and I won't. That's what God
I am back. What do I have planned for today? Keep watching. Hi peoples, welcome to my channel, Bernie Playing with Makeup. My name is Bernadette. All my friends and subscribers call me Bernie, so if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure to turn on notification bell, that way you will be notified every time I upload new content just like this. I hope you guys are all doing well. To my returning subscribers, welcome back and thank you so much for your support. To our visitors, thank you very much for stopping by. We appreciate you. We do hope today is the day that you go ahead and hit that big red button right there and become an official Bernie Babe. Join the family. Today is the first installment of Luxury Makeup Review with Bernie. Every Saturday, I'm gonna try. I will be giving you a video where I just review luxury makeup, predominantly complexion products. For today's video, I reviewed this foundation right here. It's the KOH GEN DO Aqua Foundation. This foundation is quite interesting. This foundation comes in only 13. This foundation comes in only 13 shades. As I said already, I hope you guys are doing well. This series will premiere on Saturdays. So I hope you guys had a wonderful work week and I hope that your weekend is off to a wonderful start. Today I'm going to be reviewing a foundation that's a little bit unique, but it is also a well-known foundation, just not necessarily for people that looks like me. I'm reviewing this foundation right here. This is the KOH GEN DO Aqua Foundation. I think I'm pronouncing it right when I say KOH GEN DO, although I see it being pronounced as KOH GEN DO, which could be right, but I think it's KOH GEN DO. This is a Japanese foundation. It is made in Japan and predominantly sold in Japan, although it is available in America and in the UK, I believe. This foundation comes in only 13 shades. Now, normally I would take the brand to task. You guys know this. Normally I would take a brand to task for not being more inclusive with their foundation range. But in preparation for my video, I always try to get as much information about the brand, their demographics and all that good stuff. In preparing for today's video, I looked up what percentage of Japan's population is dark-skinned people, more specifically black people. 0.02 of Japan's population is black people, dark-skinned people. So I can understand why a brand in Japan would come up with a foundation and it not have shades for black people. Couple of reasons. This foundation is an expensive foundation, and also the main one, they do not have a lot of black people living there. If the foundation is being exported outside of Japan, it would be great to get a few more shades. When this foundation originally launched, there was only 7 shades. About 4 years ago, they expanded the shade range and they also reformulated the foundation. The shade that I have is shade 302, and that shade is considered warm. This is what the foundation looks like outside of the box. It is a very simple package. This foundation does retail for $77. I'm almost certain I purchased this foundation and it was not gifted to me. I believe I purchased this foundation from Macy's around their Black Friday last year holiday sale. And I think I paid, I want to say $60 something. I'm not sure, but it was on sale. And in researching for my video, I also found several sites where the foundation is currently on sale and you can get it for as little as $60. If at the time I upload this video, if any of those sales are still going on, I will pin that in the description bar for anyone who wants to check it out. But as I said, this foundation is very limited. There's one shade lighter than this in the deep category, and then one shade deeper than this. So this foundation will be more for someone if we're shade matched. if you and I wear the same shade, then this would be for you. I did notice all 3 of the dark shades have a warm undertone. So there's that. Before I prime, I'm gonna give you guys our daily reminder, our weekly reminder to make sure we are using SPF. I have just absolutely been loving this SPF. This is the one from Biossance. This is the Squalene Zinc Sheer Mineral Sunscreen with broad spectrum SPF 30. This foundation is described as a coveted foundation known for giving skin the same youthful glow that you experience right after a facial. I did, full disclosure, I did have a facial yesterday, so I don't know, hopefully that's going to help the finish. As I said, this foundation has been redesigned from when it originally launched, I want to say 7 or 8 years ago. It gives you increased coverage, radiance, and hydration, as well as longevity. It is formulated with their signature gloss film powder. The light diffusing minerals brighten and minimize pores whilst resisting sweat and oiliness. It's a breathable serum foundation that contains weightless skin conditioning emollients that improve the hydration and health of the skin for a flawless, comfortable complexion all day. So honey child, this foundation is claiming some stuff. This is a water-based foundation that promises to give a lot of hydration. So I'm gonna shake it up. I'm gonna start off with, I wanna say 2 pumps, just so we can see how far it goes. It is considered a sheer medium buildable foundation. I'm gonna do a little swatch on the back of my hand. So that's what it looks like. So as far as my hand, which is a better representation of the rest of my body, it looks like it's a good match. We'll have to see how that works out. So this is how much I have pumped out. It's 3 pumps actually. So I'm just gonna start with that right there, and let's see how it blends out. This is a very sheer foundation that will require some building up to get somewhat of a decent coverage. It is beautiful. It feels extremely light. I'm going to go ahead and get a first layer of this foundation, and then we'll look at it and see how much more building up we need to do and where we need to build up. Now I already can tell I'm going to have to use a concealer to color correct certain areas. I don't know if you guys notice this or are aware of this, but all of my videos now are videos that are pre-filmed. Like in some cases the video might have been filmed a month before the video goes live. I try to take advantage of the periods when I'm having good days. I try to take advantage of that and film as much content as I can. And so sometimes when the video comes out, I may say something that is irrelevant for the time when the video has just been released. So I just wanted to kind of mention that. Now there are times when if I have a commitment that I will break into my schedule and sit down and film a new video. If I have, like I said, I have a commitment. So I have sponsored content or something someone wants me to review. With sponsored content, everything that I have done, the time frame has been 30 days from the day you actually receive the product. And what I like to try to do is to film the video as quickly as I can to get that video out to that person so that they can review it and let me know if they're okay with it. Now, when I say review and let me know if they're okay with it, it doesn't have anything to do with my opinions on the product. It is, that I hit all of their key talking points, because fact of the matter is sponsored content does come with a little bit of talking points, certain things that they want to make sure that you have highlighted. Here you see I have applied all 3 pumps that I pumped onto here. And the first thing I'm going to note is that this foundation is extremely light. This foundation, in terms of how it feels, it definitely reminds me of the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation that feels like you have nothing on. My moisturizer and SPF, I kind of feel like my face felt heavier when I applied those. And crap, I just remember I have an eye mask in the refrigerator. I normally put my eye mask in the fridge for about 15 to 30 minutes. I feel like it helps with depuffing. And these days I have not been getting a lot of sleep. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pump 2 more pumps and see how much coverage I'm gonna get with that. For right around here, I'm definitely gonna color correct using a concealer from NARS or Pat McGrath, one of them. But I'm definitely gonna correct right here. I'm probably gonna cut this part out, and I will just I can show you what it looks like with the 2 pumps I'm pumping in right now. This is me with 4 pumps applied on my face. I don't like to go with much more than 4. In fact, I normally don't use that much foundation, but this foundation is definitely a sheer foundation to a somewhat lightweight medium, if you can build it up to. Here we have it, 4 pumps, and I color corrected my chin area, and I also color corrected any other place where any blemish marks was peeking through. This foundation is definitely not for someone who is looking for a full coverage or someone who has a lot of blemish marks or hyperpigmentation and all of that stuff. If you do, what I would suggest if you have hyperpigmentation is to color correct those areas. But this is the type of foundation where I feel like I could be sitting down here for the next 3 years building this foundation up, and I'm not going to get much more coverage than what I have right now. Overall, I love this foundation thus far. It is now 11:34. I will be trying my utmost best to give you guys a wear test. I'm going for a 7-8 hour wear test. I have some stuff I need to do today, so I'm gonna have my makeup on, and I'll be able to test this to see just how long this lasts, and with it being a water-based foundation, if it's going to hold up and my oils won't be peeking through. I prep my skin as I would do for a normal foundation, so I didn't use any extra oil or hydrating products, although I did use a hydrating sheet mask. That's about it, because I know it's a water-based foundation and I needed to hold up really well for me today. This is my favorite part, like for real, it's my favorite part of makeup. Alright guys, I am back, and so obviously I finished my face off. This wasn't the look I was going for, because this actually looks more like a going out date night type look, but I'm happy with it. It's about 3 o'clock, it's 2:54, so I've had the foundation on for a little bit. The first thing I can tell you is that this foundation is not transfer resistant. As you can see, some of the foundation transferred on to my collar, so maybe wearing white and have the collar be this high up is not the best option when wearing this foundation. A feature of every episode with Luxury Makeup with Bernie, I will be sharing one of my favorite high-end luxury perfumes and telling you a little bit about it and why I like it. Today's perfume is from Givenchy. It is, let me tell you what it's called. This is the Givenchy, I'm going to pronounce it in Creole, which will sound a lot like French, okay? This is the Givenchy L'Antidote et de Parfum Rouge, and that's this right here. In English, L'Antidote is translated to the forbidden, and rouge is red. First, as you can see, it's in a nice red bottle. I actually really enjoy the packaging. Whilst I'm not a big packaging person when it comes down to makeup, when it comes down to perfumes, I am a huge packaging person. I love my perfumes to look very pretty because I do keep them, most of them I do keep on top of my dresser in a nice vanity. So I love the packaging of perfumes. That's what I look for. Something that smells very feminine, that has a little bit of spice, that, you know, something that's going to be interesting and people are going to ask you what it is you're wearing. And that's what I get when I wear this. This does come in 3 different sizes. I couldn't see the price on their website, so I can't tell you the cost of it, but it does come in 3 different sizes. I can't tell you the cost of it because all of my perfume is purchased by my husband. That's his little gift when he goes away on a business trip. He has to bring me, I'm just like little children, he has to bring me a gift, and my gift is always perfume. The focus of the video is this foundation right here from KOH GEN DO. This foundation is quite an interesting foundation. It is a water-based foundation. However, I prep my skin using products that was going to hydrate my skin because I feel like my skin feels a little bit dry right now. I don't know why, but that's just how I felt this morning, so I wanted to hydrate. But the feeling and the vibes from this, having had it on for a couple of hours, and when I say having it on for a couple of hours, I completed my look, completed maybe an hour and a half ago. And now with this much time in and everything that I have on, it doesn't look anything like I expected it to look. I kind of expected it to look a little bit dewy, or luminous, but really to me, it looks like it's a soft matte type foundation. Although, you know, you need a lot to get coverage. I will say once you get your face together, powder, bronzer, blush, and all of that stuff, as you can see, you do have a decent amount of coverage and your imperfections are not that visible. So that's my take on this right now. It is 3 o'clock. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna give you guys a full 8-hour. A full 8-hour wear test on this. So I'll be back and I'll tell you my thoughts on this here from KOH GEN DO. Hey babes, I am back. The current time is 7 p.m. I started putting this foundation on just before 12 o'clock. The last time you guys saw me, I want to say it was 3:30, maybe even past 4 o'clock last time you saw me. And I did film another video. I've been sitting down under my lights. A little bit of sun is coming through the window. There's a light here. There are 2 lights on this side, one here and one and my ring light. And even with me filming under that amount of light, that amount of lighting, artificial lighting as well as natural lighting, look at my face. Who need oils? Where the oils? No. KOH GEN DO Foundation, their foundation, have the key, lock them oils out and threw the key out. So it's 7 hours, seven and a half hours later, I don't have to blot for what? And it's a water-based foundation. I was expecting this foundation to not hold up as well because it's a water-based foundation. The thing about it is I did not watch anyone's review in its entirety. I watched the beginning of the reviews, see what shades the person was, and then it was difficult to find content creators, dark skin content creators that use this foundation. Obviously that's because the shade range is limited. I need some water. As I was saying, it was difficult to find reviews of people that look like me, deep skin, because there are only 3 dark shades in this foundation. 301, 302, which I used, and 303. 302 is the perfect match for me. Now when you pump this out, it does make you a little bit worried, especially if you're using my shade. As you guys saw, when I swatched it on the back of my hands, I'll insert that again. When I swatched it on the back of my hands, it did look a little bit light. But once I started blending this in, the foundation melted right into my skin. This foundation is skin in a bottle. This foundation reminds me so much of the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation that I reviewed a couple months ago. That is what this foundation reminds me of. If you are thinking about this foundation and you're my shade, or one shade lighter or one shade darker, I would advise you to run to Macy's, Nordstrom's, I believe Neiman Marcus. Sephora sells it, but they don't have any shades. They have like 2 shades on their website. But any one of them, go and get this foundation. This foundation is a staple foundation. I mean, like, are you serious? That's what I'm thinking. Are you serious? And lightweight. Just how you guys know I'm always talking about the foundation is if the makeup feels heavy. I have makeup on and I don't want to feel like I have makeup on. This foundation is absolutely stunning. They do have another foundation, and I am kicking myself. That one is more moisture foundation. I am kicking myself that I did not pick that foundation up. I went back and looked. I purchased this foundation from Macy's around Black Friday 2021. At the time, both foundations were on sale, but because the shade range was so limited, I did not know what my shade was. Even though I was buying it on sale, I didn't want to purchase 2 foundations and then only to have the foundations neither one of them be my shade. Now the shades with the other foundation, the other formula, the shades are the exact same shades. I don't know if they translate that way. I don't know if if they changed over that way, because we know sometimes brands will have foundations and they'll tell you whatever shade you was in this formula is your shade in this new formula, and that doesn't always work out. So I don't know how that will work, but I will tell you this. I did say to you guys, there are several sites that have this foundation on sale for between $60 and $66. I'm gonna tell you all this right now. As soon as I hit end on this camera, I'm gonna be purchasing one of them. I want to do that review for you guys. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see if it is good as this. This foundation I would wear date night. I would wear this foundation if I was going to a summer wedding. I would wear this foundation if I was going to do a photo shoot. I would wear this foundation for every event. Guys, please let me know. Would you like to see a head-to-head matchup with this foundation and NARS Light Reflecting Foundation? These 2 foundations are giving me similar vibes. Now the price point is different. The NARS foundation is $49. This foundation is $77. I don't really need to blot, so I'm not going to. I left my brush that I used to buff everything in. And this is the rougher number 30 brush. And I left that out so that, I could blot. I was fully expecting that I would need to blot, but I don't need to blot. On the apples of my cheeks, what you're seeing is not oil. I somehow managed to bring my highlighter all the way down there. I tried to blend it out some more, but this is how it looked when I came back, and this is how it looked right now. Guys, if you are interested in this foundation, I would 100% endorse this foundation. It will be the perfect hydrating foundation for the summer months. All right, guys, we have reached the end of season 1, episode 1, luxury beauty review with Bernie. If you have not yet done so, please make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. That does help me here on YouTube. And if you're not yet a Bernie babe, come on, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on that notification bell. That way you will not miss any content or any activities that I have here on this channel. Until next time, guys, please be safe. Bye.